All right, guys, welcome back to Yospilt. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon, and I hope you guys are ready for this video. So, we have a new car to the Yospilt lineup. I'll give you a quick backstory on it. We're going to take it for a drive, and then we're going to stick it on the dyno just to see how much power it actually makes. I am really interested in this because I love these cars. If you guys didn't know, Yospilt is not just me. It is me and my older brother. My older brother recently has had a big thing with bringing home new cars. But I kind of told him we don't need any more projects. If you're going to bring something home, at least make it something that already is running and driving-ish. If it's something little, we could fix it quick. But we don't need more projects that are going to be long-term. So he found us a field find 2001 Acura Integra. And for being an up north car, this car is in immaculate condition. There's nothing else I can say about it. So I'm going to flip the camera around right here. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of the car. We're going to go for a test drive, and then we are going to dyno it. Hope you guys are ready for this one. So this is our 2001 Acura Integra GSR. This car is 95% stock. Literally, interior is all stock. The brakes, the wheel bearings, the drivetrain itself is all stock. The only thing that I've modified on this car is the exhaust. It had a huge hole in the muffler, and we had this old school 3A Racing AutoZone muffler from years back. So I built it an exhaust. It came with a header, and it came with an intake manifold and a valve cover swap already. So let's get under the hood. I'll show you exactly what's done to it. And yes, it did come with GSR blades, but they had bad tires. So we're rocking some LS meshies for now until we get some good tires for the GSRs. So under the hood, you have a B18C1 VIN matching motor and transmission to the car. You see this is a version 1 Skunk 2 intake manifold. It has a stock throttle body, has a little 3-inch intake pipe, and then you have the header. You do have AC, power steering, heat, factory radiator, ABS. You have cruise control. You literally have all the emission stuff, the evap canisters. So, as you see, that is a very clean engine bay for a car of this, age. On the interior, this is a VIN code 9 car. You have leather door panels, leather wrapped steering wheel, leather seats, front and rear, cargo tray, and the only thing this car really needs is the carpet floor mats. Other than that, the car is in pretty much mint condition. There is a little spot of rust right there, and then a little bumper tap right there. We will take this car to the body shop and have them fix the bumper and have them fix a little spot of rust right there, because other than that, this car is pretty much in perfect condition. Like I said, we do have the GSR blades. We will get them with some new tires and throw them back on here so that the car is matching all original. This car, I've checked every VIN plate on the door, the fender, the hood, the hatchback, and the bumper, and it is all original to the car. So this is a really rare find up here for a car that's never been crashed, abused, anything like that. So the owner of this car was a church pastor. He was a 60-something-year-old man. He drove this car every day for, he said, like 5 or 6 years. And then he started doing maintenance on it. And he was told by his mechanic that there was something wrong in the head, and that's why it was loud. And that came to not be true. So it has a rebuilt factory cylinder head. It's the actual cylinder head off the car. But then it sat in a field for 2 years because they couldn't get it run right. And now we have it. So I'm going to do a startup here. I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to throw the GoPro in, and then we're going to go for a drive. And this is actually my first time driving it since I fixed it. My brother's driven it, of course, to get it tagged. But other than that, I haven't actually driven this thing. So hope you guys are ready for this, and it should be a fun one. A bone stock Integra GSR. Oh, another thing, it does have rear lowering springs and ground control front coil sleeves. I noticed that when I had it on the lift. We don't plan on changing it. It depends on how good it rides. I think it'll probably ride decent. So let's go and test drive it and see. All right, guys. So prime the fuel pump. And let's get to driving our GSR. Turn this off, turn that off, so I can actually talk to you guys and you guys can hear everything. So, sunroof car, of course, GSR, front and rear disc, brakes. Of course, when I go to make this video, it starts raining. Windshield wipers work. That's the first time I've tried them. So, the story on basically how we found this thing before others did. My brother was searching on Facebook Marketplace, and the guy had posted this car as a Acura automatic. He didn't put that it was manual transmission. He put Acura. I think he put GSR automatic. He didn't have it as an Integra GSR manual, but he had put it as a Acura automatic, which is like an odd thing to do. But like I said, he was a pastor for a church, so you know, this was his baby. He even told us, he said, once you guys fix it, because I told him I'd fix it for, you know, I'd fix it and get it running. I wasn't going to destroy it. He said, once you guys fix it, I want to go for a ride in it. So we'll have to make a video on that. We'll have to make a video of driving with the old owner of the car. If he is down, I'll have to, you know, make sure that he is, you know, down to be on camera. But yeah, so it is literally a 173,000 mile GSR. Like I said earlier, the head has been taken off and rebuilt. I checked the timing. The timing is perfect. The reason why he couldn't get the car running is because, as earlier I showed you guys, it has a Skunk 2 version 1 intake manifold. Well, if you guys don't know, or if you know anything about GSRs, a GSR, the factory intake manifold flips the throttle body upside down. So the map sensor and the TPS sensors are from factory in the wiring designed upside down. So your map sensor actually goes down and your TPS goes up. Whereas 90% of other Hondas is the other way around. Your map sensor is on the top and your TPS is on the side. So when you swap a GSR and you put a, you know, a Type R style intake manifold, which is all a Skunk 2 is, you get the sensors upside down. So like I said, I checked the timing, I checked everything. I did put a new set of plugs in it. Of course, I checked oil, did all that, made sure the oil was clean, and then started it. And it started right up after I did that. The only problem was it was idling at like $3 grand. And then I looked, and of course, if you change the intake manifold, of course, you had the throttle body and everything off because it doesn't have a Skunk 2 throttle body. It has a stock throttle body with stock sensors. But then I noticed that he had replaced all the sensors. Well, when you replace a Honda throttle body or a B series throttle body, the gasket that comes off of it matches the backside of it. If you try to buy one of those aftermarket 68mm gaskets or 70mm gaskets, it does not match the contour of the factory throttle body. And what happens is it leaves a little vacuum leak right underneath where the map sensor is. And the car will run like garbage. So basically, plugs, flipping the map sensor and the TPS sensor back to where it belongs, fixing the vacuum leak, and then of course once I got it running, the exhaust had a big hole in it in the muffler, so I replaced that. I put the header that was in the car on it, which is basically a Type R style header, and then I built a 60mm exhaust for it, which is like 2.3 something. But I built an exhaust for it. It was not even that loud, and my brother's been driving it, and he says it's a phenomenal car. So as you guys know, I drive the H22 EK every day. That is my winter car, and now that the winter is pretty much over, it's actually 70 today. You can see I'm in shorts and I'm in slides like I would be in Florida. We can actually get some of these cars out and have fun. So I'm gonna take you off of here. I'm gonna put you on the head cam and we'll do some driving. now that you know the story of the car, where it came from, and like I said, our plans are literally just fix the little bit of rust hole on the driver's side quarter panel, have the back bumper repainted, and then just enjoy the car as a daily driver. These cars are only going up in value. We did keep the stock exhaust. I do want to find a stock intake manifold, but other than that, this car is going to be left as is. All right, guys, so now we're on the head cam. I don't know how well you guys can see, but I hope you guys can see everything. Need to put the defroster on. So after driving an H series car, I'm gonna have to talk a little louder now because of course, as you can see, it's raining. The B series shifter is really interesting. It is very tight and feels very linkage-like I said, compared to an H series shifter. I don't know if I like it. I couldn't say that, you know, I'm a fan of it, but I'm just accustomed to the shifter style of transmission that comes in a H22, like my Juke has a shifter style, K-swaps have shifter style, so I'm just more accustomed to those. But you see, there's no check engine lights. The only light on is the ABS. From what I found, one of the ABS sensors is broken, so I will try to fix that. I did order new brake pads and rotors for it, because like I said, this car has been setting. The last time it was inspected was in like 2017 or 2018. So there's no need to not update the safety stuff. You should always update safety stuff on cars you find out in the fields. You see it has 40 miles on it, which shows you my brother has been driving it. You can hear the rear wheel bearings are a little bit loud. We did order those as well. And yeah, once we get up here, I'll do a pull, and then we'll get it back home and put you guys on the dyno. Alright guys, so the bone stock GSR with an intake manifold and exhaust made 154 horsepower and 115 foot-pounds of torque. If you guys are wondering why it is so low, if you guys haven't listened in any of the videos, we are at 700 feet into the side of a mountain, and our DA is usually 2200 to 3200. So of course at sea level the car will make a little more power, but this thing is on a stock ECU with a 3-inch intake pipe, a Skunk 2 Gen 1 intake manifold. It has a Type R style 4-to-1 header with a full 60mm exhaust with not one, not two, but 3 forms of muffling. These B series love to be raspy. I haven't actually heard a clip of this thing on the dyno. When I'm editing this video, I'm sure it's probably pretty raspy, but I don't think that's too bad. 154 out of a stock tune on a GSR. And once it goes into VTEC, the pull is really smooth. Now the timing before VTEC is really I didn't stick a wideband in the exhaust because I kind of really don't want to know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys like the new Acura GSR that we are going to be daily driving. And hope you guys are ready for the next one. Until then, you guys are the greatest.